Here we are with our bass and treble work. We're giving you a nice big taste of what it's like to play tunes using the bass clef now. We'll have nothing on this lesson to do with chords. Keep working on your chord material, but right now we're getting a chance to really get started with the bass and treble clef. Take a look at the new note we're looking at. We have middle C. We have B. We have A. Now we're looking at the G. And the way I present the bass clef is working our way down from middle C, okay? And we're going to take this right now. I'm going to record this into the piano. And we'll get the metronome set at 70. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go over now to our duet, which is in the bottom of the page. I'm going to play it with the bassoon setting, and we're going to be counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Isn't that great? Let's listen to it now at 120. Now 120 is really moving, and you're going to find, especially in that on the duet, that second line with all those eighth notes, make sure you're using the right fingering, because if you're not, you're going to run into trouble. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how nicely they blend together? All those eighth notes. Okay, now let's go over to number 5. Now the number 5, we're looking at yet again another note, another new note. What I'm doing here in my method is to really give you a big dose of a lot of work with just the bass and treble clef right now, so you're able to look at a bunch of notes on the left hand against your melodies that you're already comfortable with. And that's what's good, and that's by working on it this way, it really helps a lot. Okay, I'm setting the piano up here to record at 70. Here we go. Now, what you're going to find here is the note we're going to be looking at is the F, and your hand, your fingering will be the 5th finger here, okay? So watch when I play how I bring in now the C, B, A, G, and F note, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's go to our duet. Using eighth notes. Tons of eighth note work. Make sure you're keeping your fingering as a big part of your focus right now. Okay? Be watching the fingering. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now we can listen to it back at 120. Much practice, and again, this is going to be a really hard tempo to get it at. So don't worry if you can't reach 120, but it's kind of a goal all of us could have someday. Here we go. Isn't that fun? What you're going to see here is a couple of low notes. Take a look at these low notes here. On the duet, on the fourth bar, you have that low G. Low G to high G, if you can. And then on the beginning of the first bar of the second line of the duet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and down to the low G again. You'll also see a low F. If on the second bar, okay, we go to F. A trick here, though, 1 and 2 and it's going up to an F. The same thing is going to hold for that fourth bar. You're going G to G. Okay? So when you start getting into those low notes, try to look at little tricks that are going to help you know what's coming up after it. Because a lot of times you play a low note, it's that next note following it. It's kind of like scary because it's jumping away. If you look at it, it's G up to the next G. It really helps you a lot. Okay, so we're going to have these intro pieces, bass and treble, piece number 4 and piece number 5. Do the very, very best you can. Go slow. Count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and very carefully, and you'll find that there'll be a really nice blend of our lessons, and this will be featured on all of our future chordal material to come. You will always be having a bass and treble piece now to keep that aspect of growing. It's a very traditional, classical type approach that's going to be a very valuable part of piano instruction, and we don't want to in any way set this on the side, okay? It's going to help your chordal playing because you're going to be working on counting and both hands. So you got to count and read the left hand and count it as well. So certain elements of this will in fact help your chordal stuff, and vice versa. The chordal stuff will help your counting, and that will help the active melodies on these bass and treble pieces. Enjoy.